Hello everyone, welcome to EDC Glue and Gears. Today we have Acebeam E10 Gen 2. So this is a very small, compact, tiny thrower. You can see I can easily put it in my palm and it is not visible, right? So it is that small, but it is quite powerful for its size. So let's quickly run through its specs and then we can go and check out the beam pattern, and we can go outside and do the test. So this comes with a Cree XP-LR LED, which is a cool white, 6500 Kelvin color temperature. And it comes with a very different type of battery, which I'll show you in a moment, which is 16340. And it doesn't have a USB-C charging port or any charging port built into the body. So the battery which comes with this has a built-in USB-C charging port. So before we open it and check, let's quickly see what we get. So I don't have the box because, as I mentioned, I borrowed it from my friend. So in the box we get, let me quickly give you what are the things which you can expect. So in the box you will get this flashlight, then you will have two O-rings, which is from the battery side. Then you get this lanyard, Acebeam branded lanyard, which has a spacer, so you can lock it and hang it in your hand while carrying. Then you will have a quality certification, you will have a user manual and a warranty card. Along with that, a small USB-C to USB-A cable. All right, so before we move on, let me show you the physical overview. So this is how it looks. Uh, it has a really nice, it's probably slightly larger than 1 inch, and this is probably 3 inch in length. And you have a metal switch which has a backlight. So if I switch it on, you can see this is the battery percentage or battery life indicator, and it stays on. So for all the Acebeam products which I noticed that when the flashlight is on, it will keep on shining the light. The moment I switch it off, it goes off, right? So let's quickly open the battery section, and the machining is on this is really good. So you can see it's pre-lubricated from the factory and it's pretty squared, the threads. And then you have a fat o-ring, and you get two additional o-rings in your box. So this is the tail cap. Oops, sorry, this is the tail cap with a very nice looking spring, and the other side you also have another spring. So that's the reason it has a really nice impact resistance. And you can see I can push it and it goes inside a little bit, so that's good. And this is the 16340 cell, which has a USB-C charging port built into it. It is rated for 850 milliamp hours, and this, as I mentioned, this is pretty different because let me bring 18350. So this is a Workhorse branded 18350 cell. So you can see it looks pretty much the same, but the diameter is slightly smaller, and in terms of the height it is slightly smaller too. Yeah, but luckily you can use CR123A type of cell. So I bought one just for the test. So you can see these are pretty similar size. So let's quickly do one thing, and you can see the tail cap is magnetic, so it is able to pull the battery, and the magnet is pretty strong. That's the reason it is still holding the battery. So yeah, so let's quickly go through the UI, and then I'll show you how you can use a CR123A or 123 type battery. But keep in mind that using a CR123 will give you slightly lesser output in terms of total brightness, and depending on the capacity of the battery, it might run slightly less. All right, so press and hold gives you moonlight. One click, switch it off. One click, switch it on. So press and hold gives you moonlight. Press and hold cycles through your different level of brightness. low, medium, high, low, medium and high. Double click for your turbo and triple click for your strobe. So this has a fixed frequency strobe. Oh no, it has a variable strobe. Nice. That's nice. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this doesn't have SOS and beacon, so you only have strobe. Now let's quickly swap the battery and use a CR123A, and you can see it works. So I can easily see that this is the low brightness, but it looks slightly dimmer than this particular battery. So let's see the moonlight. So there's the moonlight, press and hold, low, press and hold, medium, press and hold, high. So this is the highest brightness, and it is looking slightly dimmer in terms of the brightness when I'm using this and the CR123, but it is pretty usable. And this is the highest brightness. This is not even the turbo. So this is the turbo. So the difference in high and turbo is pretty narrow. So let me put it back to high. This is high, and double click. It is a very minute change in brightness. But one good thing is that first, the stock battery is not proprietary, so you can use any other 16340 cell, or if you don't have one, you can still use in one of the CR123A cell. So this is 3 volts and this is 3.7 volt. So yeah, that's how the brightness is slightly different, right? All right, so for size comparison, let me bring some of the known figures. So this is SKO3, so you can see the size difference. This is Workhorse TD07. Let me arrange it. Yeah. This is TD07. So this is Woburn X4. This is Workhorse TS12. And this is the SKO5 Pro from Loop Gear. So let me shift it this way. Yeah, that will be much easier. So yeah, so it comes pretty close to TS12 in terms of length. TS12 is slightly longer, but has a smaller head and a different type of reflector. You can see it fits into the bezel inside, so the head is slightly smaller, but in terms of length, it is slightly taller. This is TD07, so you can see there's a difference. Obviously, the TD07 has a rotary dial and the tail switch. That's the reason the length increases. This is the Woburn X4, and in terms of size, they're pretty much the same. Pretty much, little bit of extra because of the tail end. And this is the SKO5 Pro. So yeah, SKO5 Pro is pretty long, and obviously it's a different type of flashlight. All right, so let's quickly see how hot does it get if I keep it running for turbo. So right now, let's see what is the temperature. So the room temperature is around 25 degrees, and because it was in my hand, I was using it, it is showing 30 degrees as of now. So let's push it to turbo, and after a couple of seconds, we will see how hot does it get. It's around a minute mark, and it is still holding the full turbo. It hasn't stepped down. So for the size, and I can feel it's warm, but it's not very hot. So double click. Yeah, it is still on turbo. It did not drop the brightness yet. So double click. Here we go. Let's see. That's really nice. So it was able to hold the turbo. Now it's slightly on the hot side, but I'm still able to hold it. It's not uncomfortable, but what I can feel is the temperature has passed down towards the battery tube, and the tube is now hot, and it is still holdable. I can still hold it, and it's not uncomfortable. So I can run this on high and still uh, carry on with my business. So let's do one thing. Before we move on, I wanted to show you that for comparison and test, I bought the TS11, which is pretty much the same size, and it also uses the same kind of TI lens. However, the emitters are different. For this, we have the Cree XP-LR emitter, which produces around 1200 lumens of max brightness, but this uses the SFT40, which can produce up to 2000 lumens of max brightness and throw up to 616 meters. For Acebeam, let me see what is the distance they have mentioned. Okay, so they have mentioned 715. So this is going to outthrow the TS11 by almost 100 meters, which is really nice to test, because that will be really nice. One thing which I wanted to say is that though they are almost similar looking and they have the similar kind of TI lens, though this has Android 2.0 UI, so I can tweak the temperature control, or the ceiling temperature, which is the maximum temperature. Once it reaches, it will drop the turbo back to high. So if I tweak, that can potentially out run this in terms of the brightness. So that will be very interesting to see if this or the TS12, if I just tweak the temperature control on the TS11 around 60 degrees and push both of them for turbo, it will be interesting to see how the brightness drops and which one can sustain. So first I'll do one thing. I'll test on the default settings. I don't know what is the default temperature control on that, probably around 40 degrees, I believe. So then I'll change it to 60 degree and then allow it to cool down to make it fair, and then we will see which one does better in terms of total turbo run. And it will be very interesting to see that which one throws the better, I mean which one throws the furthest and which one throws better. And I also want to see how the beam pattern looks, because this doesn't have much of a spill. So let me grab a white paper. Excuse me. So if you see, let me lower one of the light. So this is the hotspot, right? And if I bring close, let me lower the ISO also. Yeah. So this is the hotspot, and there is a little bit of spill which is very soft. And if I bring any of the other one, which is a TS12, so you can see there is a noticeable spill, right? Apart from the hotspot. But for this, you won't notice any spill. But in real life, there's a soft spill, which is very soft, to be honest. This particular spill which you see here, which is very soft. So in moonlight, I don't think you can use it outdoor, but or for something which you want to see on the desk or something, or you want to read some document, definitely you can do that. But to use it in the real world, probably you have to keep it in medium or high. So this is medium. So on, low, medium. So this is the medium. So this is something which you can definitely use in the real world. And this is high. If the area is large and you want to see slightly more, you can definitely use this. So yeah, so that's one thing which I would check. All right, so before we move on, please go ahead and take a look at the beam profile. Let me Please allow yourself. Yeah. So I will put this in charge so that we have the full charge when we go out for the test. So you can go ahead and check out the green profile, and then we can see the outdoor test. This is Acebeam E10 version 2, and this comes with Cree XP-LR emitter with a really nice TI lens. So you can see it's pretty small. So let's see how it works. So press and hold for the moonlight, press and hold, low, medium 1, medium 2, and high. So let's put it to high, and you can see it has a really nice hotspot and a little bit of spill. So let me in front, you can see there's a little bit of spill. So double click, goes to turbo. So this has only 1200 lumens of max brightness, but you can see because of the TI lens, I can easily tint that particular tree behind. And then on the side, you can see I can tint these tree easily. And I'm keeping it on turbo, and it is able to hold this turbo for a very long time. That's really nice. So if I bring the hotspot closer, you can see it's blowing away the detail because it is so bright. Now I can see it is stepping down. So let me switch it off, double click, turbo. Alright, so this is Acebeam E10, so version 2 or Gen 2. So let's head back inside. Alright, so you saw the beam shot test outdoor. Let me know in the comment section how do you like it. So I was surprised by the performance, and it was good. It was good for its size. So who is this for? So if you want a pocket size thrower, you can definitely look into it. And there are certain consideration before you can go ahead and buy this. So I'm not asking you not to buy, but I'll definitely say you can definitely take a look. But what are the things which I thought there are certain things which we need to consider? So the first thing is that this particular flashlight doesn't have a onboard charging port, so you have to remove the battery and charge it. The second thing is that finding a replacement battery which is 16340 might be difficult. I might be wrong, I'm not sure. So getting this particular battery might be slightly difficult if this goes bad after a couple of years. So that is something which we have to take care of. And yeah, I think this is really nice for the pocket size. uh, let me know in the comment section if there is anything which you want to see or know about this flashlight before you want to make purchase. I'll be more than happy to inform. Right. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you Nogbane, thank you Pawan for allowing me to borrow this and do all these tests. I really appreciate you helping me out on this channel with this particular flashlight and other Acebeam flashlights which I bought it from you recently. Thank you so much. All right, so thank you so much for watching. You have a great day. If you have anything, please do share in the comment section. If you have If you have liked this video, please leave a thumbs up, and please do share this video with your friends so that we can share our love for EDC and grow together. Thank you so much. You have a great day.